The face you see peeking over the staircase banister is not supposed to be there. It is the face of a ghost. It was taken in March 1976 in the most talked about haunted house in the world. The house is located off the south shore of Long Island in New York, in a small suburban community called Amityville. Many believe the ghost in the picture is that of a young boy who was murdered in the house. 2 years earlier, sometime after 3 a.m. on November 13th, 1974, 23-year-old Ronald DeFeo Jr. murdered all 6 members of his family in the house while they were asleep in bed, shooting them with a rifle. He killed his mother, Louise, his father, Ronald Sr., his 13-year-old sister, Allison, and his 18-year-old sister, Dawn, his 12-year-old brother, Mark, and his 9-year-old brother, John Matthew. The tragedy rocked the community. At his subsequent trial, DeFeo Jr. testified that he was not responsible for the murders because he was possessed by Satan. The judge ruled that DeFeo would serve 6 concurrent sentences of 25 years to life. 13 months after the murders, in December 1975, George and Kathy Lutz, along with their 3 young children, Daniel, Christopher, and Missy, moved into the house. Their stay, however, was short-lived, as the Lutz family abandoned the home only 28 days after moving in. They claimed horrifying occurrences of paranormal phenomena had forced them to leave. In the best-selling book written by Jay Anson called The Amityville Horror, that chronicles the Lutz family's experiences in the home, some of the phenomena included the appearance of a demonic pig-like creature that 5-year-old Missy called Jody. George and Kathy at first thought Jody was merely Missy's imaginary friend until they both saw the horrifying thing on separate occasions. A priest who came to bless the house heard a masculine voice tell him to, quote, "Get out," end quote, although there was no one there at the time. Slime oozed from walls and a keyhole. Although it was the middle of winter, the house had become infested with flies. Kathy would sometimes get embraced by an invisible entity. George was bitten by a china statue of a lion. Some of the events that unfolded on January 14th, 1976, their final day in the house, were so horrifying that George and Kathy refused to talk about them. In March 1976, the house was investigated by famed demonologists Ed and Lorraine Warren. Gene Campbell, a professional photographer working with the Warrens, snapped numerous pictures inside the house using an infrared time-lapse camera. The vast majority of photos taken showed nothing extraordinary. This one was the exception. Some believe the ghostly boy pictured bears resemblance to the youngest DeFeo murdered, John Matthew. Was there a demonic presence in the Amityville house? Did it cause Ronald Jr. to senselessly murder his entire family? Were the souls of his victims subsequently trapped in the home with this evil entity? It is a difficult question, but when one studies this image, the mind's eye can't remove its focus from the most terrifying conclusion. It is drawn reluctantly to to a probable reality so horrifying that there are no words to describe it.